What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. This is Eric the Cosmic Wizard, and this is Cosmic Tarot. This is going to be a Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars reading. So eat the meat, spit out the bone, take what resonate, and leave the rest behind. So for my Geminis, y'all, it has been a crazy week. I can't believe it's already Thursday. We got the 11/11 portal on Tuesday. Let me know how that's been going for you guys. Have you felt any of the effects from the geo-electromagnetic storm? If you're in the Midwest, there's been a geomagnetic storm here, and like it's been creating like all these like aurora borealises. So it's really nice to you can see it through your phone. I don't know if it's still going on or not, but yeah, just a cool little sciencey thing that's going on. But Gemini, let's see what's going on with you. Okay, we have restlessness here with the Four of Swords in reverse. You've been working on something here pretty diligently. I feel like you are someone who, you know, when you have your mind set on something, you're going to continue to go at it until you get it. Like, you're not a quitter. You are mutable, so you don't give up easily. You don't let little distractions or, you know, detours or whatever take you out from going towards your goals here, which is good. But sometimes, you know, I feel like, you know, and I have this issue as well where we will continuously try to go a certain direction, do a certain thing here, and, you know, we don't maybe see that the universe is trying to like direct us elsewhere. Like, you're so adaptable, and you think that this, you know, this problem, whatever it is that's, you know, preventing you from getting your goal is an obstacle, when sometimes I feel like it's just the universe being like, no, like, I got something better for you. Like, you'll hold on to a relationship, a friendship, a job, schooling, something here that is not necessarily, you know, aligned with your highest good, but because you are so, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna say ostentatious, but I don't know if that's correct. But you are just such a go-getter with such a drive that you no, okay, that's not the right word. Yeah, that's not the right word. You are someone who's just very go-getting. Like, you're just a very go-getter kind of energy. So you will just kind of like, you'll just keep hammering in until you get what you want. So the universe is like forced to give it to you, even though it's like, fuck, like, you okay, if you really want that bad, here you go. But I mean, you can have anything you want. But sometimes I think we're so adaptable that maybe sometimes it limits our ability to like really pay attention to signs, because we will just keep going and going and going. Okay, so now we have the Four of Cups here. So you're restless, but now you're like almost towards whatever it is. Oh, okay, you're trying to practice manifestation. That's what I'm feeling. Like, this feels like you're trying to practice manifestation, where it's like, you know, you're obsessively thinking about something here, and you're trying to play it off like it's not a big deal, like you don't really care emotionally about it. So this is like, I do this as well. It's basically, it's the energy of, you know, you and your partner got into it, or you and some family member got into an argument, and you're the kind of person, like, you know, you want to resolve things peacefully, civilly, and, you know, have like these hard conversations here. And logically, like, you're kind of restless about the situation. And just take it how it resonates. It doesn't have to necessarily be this particular scenario, but it's something like this where, like, you know, you really want to fix the situation here, but you know, you come off very nonchalant about it. If people were to ask you about it, who are like third party people, like for example, like me and my friend, I'm not gonna say their name, but you know, we're not speaking because of a fallout, and all they had to do was apologize, and it like really fucked with me that like you couldn't apologize or have a conversation with me about it. You rather just act like, you know, you don't give a fuck about the friendship or anything. So that's how I acted, and now it's been like to the point to where it's like, you know what? I actually feel better not being your friend. Like you were someone who just really took advantage of my kindness, and I got really little in, you know, out of it here. And the Tower and the King of Cups here at the bottom of the deck here. So I think someone is really having like a come to Jesus moment here. You know, their ego's being destroyed because you're in this energy of unbotheredness. Like you are, you know, you would love to have this resolved, but you're just in this, you know what, I'm unbothered. I can't like let this affect my energy. You know, I can't let this emote, you know, energetically from me. Ace of Swords. Yeah, I don't see a new beginning here. I see like there is a, oh God, why does, I was like, I don't want, okay. So like I'm going through something similar with this energy reading, and I specifically, you know, maybe this is why I connect with Gemini because of my Mars placement. Maybe because Venus and Mars are the closest planets to Earth, and Earth is like the home. Maybe my Aries and Venus and my Mars and Gemini. I just tend to really connect with your readings because this is stuff that I'm experiencing. Even though my sun sign is in Pisces, I feel like this reading is very, or maybe I'm just reading for myself and you all are sharing the same similar experiences. I don't know. I typically don't think I read well for myself, but when I have clients, they are always happy with my readings here. So collectively, you know, I kind of try to channel this message to be, I was like, you know, make it for Gemini. But I'm starting to see, and maybe I'm just interpreting things because I'm going through them. It could be that as well. But I'm being objective about it. Anyway, sorry for the little mini rant. But with this Ace of Swords here in reverse, I see that there is, you know, there's a lack of communication. There's a delay in communication. There's a delay in your project. You know, whatever this is that you feel restless about but energetically closed off to, it's like you are trying to shut it out of your mind, whatever this situation is. This could be a job. This could be family. This could be a relationship. This could be a hobby of yours. You know, you have like this restless energy, but you're trying to not focus on it. Like you're just trying to act like something is not bothering you, and you're not talking about it. So there's something here that is really affecting you, and you're just acting unbothered. You're feeling unbothered. You're not acting at all. You're suppressing yourself. The Queen of Wands here. So this is someone here who, okay, this could be, take it with a grain of salt. You could be going through a moment of kind of unburdening all of this. The Queen of Wands is very passionate. She's very expressive. She's very magnetic, articulate. So you could be having a, let's say a girl's night or a guy's night, and you kind of just like let everything out. You know what I mean? Like you just kind of spill everything out, lay everything out, all your grievances. Yeah, this Three of Wands and this King of Swords in reverse. I feel like there's people here who sense that there needs to be some kind of conversation with you about something here. Ten of Wands in reverse and the Three of Wands. This person definitely would like to come towards you and unload their burdens as well. So, Ten of Pentacles at the bottom here. Definitely could be a family member. Definitely could be a spouse or a partner or someone that you've built some type of stability here with, either platonic, like a career, business partner, boss, co-worker type energy, friendship here. You built a strong friendship group or a strong friend group or whatever. Or it could be a spouse that you've built a loving family with, a parent that you're a part of their legacy. You know, it could be, it's someone here that you have long ties to that wants to also, like, let you know what's up. Like, they got some shit to say to you too. Like, there's two sides to every story. Well, some people say there's three sides. You know, there's your side, my side, and the truth. But I think there's, like, a story is more like a dodecahedron of sides. Like, there's just, like, so many different points of views. There's the, you know, it's just how, honestly, here, yeah. The Lovers and the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. I don't know why, but I feel like with this Queen of Wands, I feel like you're going to deliver some pretty harsh truths. With the Queen of Wands, she tends to be a little dramatic and she gets passionate. So, you know, you could be, you're speaking from the heart, but there could be some rage in the mind that kind of gets funneled through. You know, it comes from the heart, and then it goes up through the throat, and it comes out through the mind, the mouth. But sometimes, like this, like the ego likes to be up here. Okay, the heart is pure for most people. I feel like, you know, it's closed, but the ego's up here in the head. So sometimes it comes down here, it descends into the out of the mouth, and you just start saying stupid shit that you're thinking. So, you know, that's what people say, speak from the heart, you know, speak from your heart, speak the truth. I think that you're going to, you know, it's going to start from the truth, but the head's going to get out there a little bit. The ego's going to try to filter some shit. And I think, you know, I'm not against confrontation. I'm really not. Like, I'm a non-confrontational person because I know that I am I wouldn't want to go against me in an argument because I rarely argue with people. So when I do, okay, cool, my insurance policy. I tend to, like, pull out receipts. I'm very, like, I'm not going to come towards you with something unless I know I'm right. So first of all, I'm not even going to, like, sit there and talk shit or do anything. Like, I would just sit there and be quiet if I don't have the details. But if you come for me, you better have receipts. You better be able to prove what you're saying, because I will. And these people know that about you. These people know that you are not one to play with. The Star in reverse. Yeah, like, you need to pour back into yourself. You've been giving a lot of your energy to other people, to situations, to things. Damn, this is a lot of fucking email addresses. I just switched my insurance over to Geico. You know what's crazy? Progressive wouldn't match. I was Progressive for like 5 or 6 years, and they would not match. I literally saved $10, but still, like, I'm gonna take that in this economy. I don't care. But with the Star in reverse here, it's giving me like you're just really, the Emperor and the Seven of Cups, they're like really assessing this relationship. With the Star here in reverse, you know, there's still hope, but there is a need for you to really, like, pour into yourself. And I don't feel like you can give this situation that much of your energy, because you got a lot of stuff that is going on for you, like good stuff, like shit that you need to work on. Somebody could be, ooh, Lord. And these people know that too. And these people could even be plotting on your downfall. They could be wishing you, like, not the best intentions. I don't like this person. No, I don't. This person, It's weird. This person is weird. They behave very weirdly. Page of Swords. So I feel like you're someone here who you become attached, maybe, or you become fixed on your new passion projects, whatever it is, right? You throw yourself into it to the point to where you almost like burn yourself out on it. Like, you know, let's say you're interested, like you get back on the health wagon. Well, instead of like, you know, easing in and maybe going like a couple of days a week, you're trying to jump into 5 days a week, you know, 2 hour sessions. Like, you know, you're juicing, you're cleansing, you're doing all the good stuff, right, that you're supposed to be doing. But it's like, you know, you go from 0 to 100. You know, you're like, because you're so enthusiastic about it, right? You have this natural inclination. Like me and this Palo Santo, I have been burning the hell out of this. This stick was a full stick on Sunday, and I had just been burning it and burning it and burning it. Normally, I don't burn incense like this. I think what I like about it is that it gives me the smoke that I need to cleanse the area, but then it goes out quickly, right? And I just keep going and going and going and going and going into overdrive with it. So now it's like, damn, it's only been a week, and it's like already like a nug. But like, I guarantee you, give me 2 weeks, I won't even fucking touch that shit. Okay? It's the same thing with me in painting, the same thing with me in drawing, the same thing with me and name a project that I started and quit. Like nearly all of them. Like there's very few things that I kind of like really follow through on because I get sidetracked. And I think you being this restless kind of like ADHD kind of mind, Ace of Wands here, you really want to act on something here, but you're like not letting yourself do it here. Like you haven't been. Like you could have really been wanting to come towards this person and tell them some shit. Like you have a lot of energy. The Seven of Cups and the Lovers in reverse. This person is deceitful. This person is manipulating love to like play on you. This person works hard to manipulate you. Eight of Cups and the Seven of Swords here. The Empress, the Victory. Wow. This person uses deception to fool you into feeling victorious. Like this person is like, I don't know if they consciously do this, but it's like, it's giving me control. You're holding back from reaching out because you don't want to lose control. You don't want to. You don't want to give them the business. Like you really don't want to have to go there with this person or these people here. But this person here is very like mean-spirited. Like this is someone who they hold on to shit for far too long. Like, you know, like they don't know how to let things go. They let things fester. They let things build up. And maybe, you know, I was about to say this too. And maybe, you know, that sound familiar? Two of Cups. Mirrored energy. Twin of Cups. Yeah, you could also, that flew out sideways. So it's like, speak for yourself. While you're over here talking about cross-watcher, do you hold on to things that maybe you need to let go of? I think you do. Because with that Four of Cups here and the Ace of Wands, it's definitely something that you want to talk about, something that you want to, it's something here that you need to, you know, speak on, but I feel like you sit on it. You know, or you're like hesitant to start the conversation, move the needle, start the project, you know, push the start button, get your feet back wet, get your feet wet, get your head back in the game. And I think you make sometimes you could make some excuses for yourself to delay the inevitable. With this Eight of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, it's like this need for control once again. And this is where you and that person are mirroring each other, because you may feel like you never do anything wrong, and this person has the same feeling. So it's like, also like, I don't feel like you necessarily feel like you never do anything wrong. I definitely feel like you know how to take accountability for your actions. You definitely know how to do the right thing. You know how to make amends. And you think very long and hard before you approach situations, so you don't having to end up backpedal or say something you don't believe or say something you don't mean. Like, you could have put a lot of work into like really working on yourself to be a more thoughtful person. So when you are like cutting out communication with someone, it's not a manipulation tactic like these people use it for. You're not trying to not speak to get control. You are just simply removing your energy so you can really process things. For me, going no contact or low contact is about me setting boundaries and reclaiming my emotions and not feeling responsible, or teaching myself to not be responsible for how other people feel or take what I say, or when I have no intentions of being, cruel or malicious or trying to be mean. And, you could over apologize to the point to where you feel like justified for when you actually do have to go off, and then you maybe don't see the fault when there's still fault for you. Does that make sense? Because you're so used to being the pushover, the first one to say sorry, the first one to say yes. So even though you do take accountability, let's say you overtake accountability on some things, and then you undertake accountability on some parts as well. So there's like some things like, maybe you're blaming yourself too much for like, childhood traumas and stuff like that. Maybe you're doing a little too much, oh, well, you can't let that shit affect you from the past, da 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 da. And so you lack maybe like compassion, or you're not showing yourself the same compassion that you show other people. And because you are not putting that compassion that's needed towards you on you, you're overgiving to other people, where you need to pull back some of that and give it to you and hold them accountable as well. Does that make sense? I hope it's all about balance, right? So if you are overgiving in one area, that means you have to be undergiving in one, because energy has to be distributed evenly, right? Or it should be, right? So if you only have so much energy, right, and half of this needs to go towards compassion and love for others, and then the other half needs to go towards you, right? But like, you're doing like 85% other people, 15% you. That's not, what I mean? Like, it's very lopsided. It's very unbalanced. It's not 50-50. You know what I mean? So I hope that helps. I'm a very visual person. That may not have helped some people, but it helps me. And I hear with the Star card in reverse, you're very drained. You like Justice here in reverse. Yeah. Balance. Balance is the key to freeing yourself from this negative energy. It's setting boundaries. It's holding people accountable, holding yourself equally accountable. And it's about giving yourself compassion and giving them equal compassion. As much as you can, forgive others, you should forgive yourself, or vice versa. If you are really good at and I was telling my friends this other day, it's like, you want everyone to be so accommodating and so compassionate about your problems. But when other people are make mistakes, it's just like open season, and it's time to just fly off the handle. and you're justified because of a perceived wrong on your end. But when you like, oh, you're just drunk, you're just this, we're supposed to just dismiss whatever you say and do because it's like, you're the victim. But like, you don't play fair. As well as I told you, like, you don't play fair. You're not balanced. You can't, force this apology from me. I've already apologized for, and then I tell you how I feel. Well, I'm not apologizing because you hurt my feelings first. Like we're in fucking like grade school. Like, it's, anyway, personal issues, not here for YouTube. But this person is, this is the kind of person who it's like they do something slick, they do something sly, and then when you get upset, it's now like they move the needle. Like, oh well, why are you yelling? Like, why are you getting upset? And it's like this person's been poking you, jabbing at you, making little side comments and stuff like that. And then you say something like, oh my god, like, why are you attacking me? Why are you doing this? And da 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 da. And it's just like they use your reaction to justify their behavior. And when you address it, and you're even like I was like, another example is like, you're telling me you're upset. Someone's sitting here telling you that they're upset about something that happened a long time ago that you aren't even like aware of. You're not even thinking about it, and this person's been holding on to this for like a very long time, right? And so, you're like, what are you talking about? Like, girl, I'm not even like worried about that. Oh my god, like, you're so dismissive of my feelings and da 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 da. Like, okay, well, like, I apologize when that happened, that moment, but like, you said some pretty fucked up shit too. Like, well, you know what? I'm not gonna sit there and apologize for myself because I was defending myself. Da 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 da. What? Like, okay. I mean, you needed this apology so badly for the 15th time. So you got 15 apologies to my 0. And then it's like, you see, like, I am the problem. You're right, I am the problem because I keep accommodating and reassuring your fucking unhealed ass. So bottom line, you are healing. This person is just in survival mode. You are in a higher state of consciousness than this person is. Energetically, they could be feeling this. This Mercury retrograde is teaching me personally to set boundaries with people who I really thought, with people who I really thought were going to be here forever. And hopefully, maybe I'm being a little dramatic. This is the King of Wands. But I feel like it's due time that you fucking like pop off too. Like, you've been holding back a lot. You've been holding like, oh yeah, you've been holding back. And maybe you did pop off. You definitely popped off. And now you're not. Now you're trying to like hold it in because you don't want to keep popping off, because that's never going to get anywhere, because this person is defensive like a goddamn goalie at a soccer match. Like, the fucking 5 of Cups in reverse here. This is all about despair and loss, and you're recovering also. For some of you, I don't know, you could be in recovery from addiction. You could be in recovery from toxic behaviors. You could be in recovery from a lot of shit. But I feel like, with recovery, there is a sense of loss, a sense of grief, because, when I got sober the first time, I felt like I was mourning the old version of me that enjoyed going out with friends, the person who did have a good time, the person who was able to do this and this, but then it was like, okay, but keep playing the tape, because you were only that person until a certain point in the night. Then it descended into complete utter chaos nearly every single time. And maybe not that one time, but when you were doing it by yourself, you know, like, just, if anything, I've learned that, like, drinking alone is not good. And drinking with people who also have drinking problems is not good at all. So that's why I told my friend, I was like, look, like, when there's alcohol involved, sometimes people don't say the best things. And you tend to get into a lot of arguments with your friends when you're drunk. I'm noticing patterns within you that you need to notice. And I guess it was just my turn. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to play the victim. I definitely, you know, won't do that. I played my part into it. I popped off because I got sick of listening to shit. But I just feel like, you know, I don't like enabling people. I don't want nobody to enable me. You know, if I got something, if there's something going on, say something. Like, shit, that's how we grow. That's how we get better. Like, I had to learn to just, like, take criticism on the chin and not fucking get in my feelings every time somebody says something negative about my behavior or how I made them feel. Like, if you really care about somebody, then you will, you know, address your behaviors. And it's really hurting my feelings that, like, I'm sitting here telling you how I feel and you refuse to even attempt to see my point of view. It's always you. So maybe that's something you're also experiencing, the grief of that, recovering from that realization of, like, this is a very lopsided connection, a situation, you know, family dynamic, relationship dynamic, work group dynamic, you know, whatever your situation is, you're starting to see that this is a very lopsided love, you know, lopsided connection. Nine of Pentacles here. I know, that's right. You have got to take it slow. For a lot of you, there is a new person here who is on standby, very cautiously approaching you here with this offer here. This isn't grand. This isn't egocentristic. This isn't fast pace. This is loyalty, dedication. This is stability, you know, and I think you should focus on that. You should focus on that more. And, you know, there's a part of you, but your heart is so big that, like, even as you ascend, you keep looking back at the people that you're walking away from. And Spirit's like, don't do that. With the star here and the Justice card in reverse, I want to tell you that you need to focus on your blessings and not the shit from the past. You know, address it. Don't suppress it. And then release. You know, you can't solve your problems and everyone else's. You are being called to ascend, and your energy could affect, I don't want to put any fear in you because that's not what I'm about. Be mindful of where you put your energy. Are you feeding negative thoughts? Are you feeding love and light? Or are you feeding negative thoughts? You know? If you're constantly worried about money, is that how you attract money? Or do you allow money to flow and say, you know what? Yeah, I got these bills. Things are a little tight. I might have to take out a loan, but, you know, that buffer between now is going to give me time to really get my financial needs in order so I can make the appropriate moves. So even though if I am, you know, borrowing, I know that when I borrow $1, I pay back $1 and I get to keep $10 because I know how to take $1 and turn it into 20. You know what I mean? Like, I'm abundant like that. I know how to, you know, invest and use capital to make things move, to make things happen. I don't need to be worried about he said, she said, what they said. You know, I done paid you your money back. I done got my shit caught up. 34 on the clock. So now that that's all caught up, I can stop worrying about that shit. I can focus on bringing in more to take care of everything. And did you need a little help to do that? Yeah. It's okay. We all get by from a little help with our friends. Exactly. With the Nine of Swords here in reverse, this is you coming out of like this moodiness. But it's only going to be when you release all these burdens, all these negative energies. 10 o'clock. Okay? Whew. I feel like that was a long reading. But that's okay though, right? That was okay. That was a good reading. Love you guys. And before I go, I do want to do some... I haven't used this deck in a while. Cosmic Wisdom. Okay. I'll use this one. I haven't used this in a while. It's an Oracle deck. I'm going to give you just three Oracle cards from the Cosmic Wisdom deck. I think I just got it because they had the word cosmic in it. And you know I'm a cosmic wizard. So. The Earth. Embrace sustainability practices that honor the Earth's rhythm and let your choices reflect a deep reverence for the environment that sustains all life. So basically, get yourself into a pattern here. Get yourself into something here that practice gratitude for the Earth, the planet we live on. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Be more mindful of that. I don't know what that has to do with this situation, though, but maybe just be more in flow. Ground yourself more. Don't let yourself get taken away by trends and social media and needing to be this wasteful, capitalistic, consumer. The Sun. You radiate with inner light, confidence, and authenticity. Just as the sun lights up the sky, your presence brightens and lives those around you. So you are someone here who is very inspirational. You give off warmth, light. So you're someone here who has a very divine mission here. You're very important. And it's important that you understand that you continue to walk with this confidence and authenticity about yourself, because that's what makes you you. So that's why you don't necessarily just pop off, and you don't just have to respond to everything. You're not trying to, get everybody in on your side or try to, play the victim. You just want things to be fair and balanced for you and everyone around you. So some people may try to spin the narrative, make you seem like you're the drama, you're the this, you're the that, but you just believe in authenticity and accountability and integrity, because those are all aligned with authenticity. And when you are truly authentic with yourself, you can own your mistakes, you own your successes, and people cannot weaponize. When you are as someone who owns what they do and you're accountable for it, people can't weaponize the past against you. They can't take your insecurities and play them against you. This is whoever this little thing that you were was focused on, that person doesn't have that depth to them. They are very much egotistical in the sense of fragility is their weakness. They cannot handle anything negative about themselves. Look at me, I'm losing my voice. They don't even speak about it. Because this person has so much self-hate. This person is so insecure. They have a lot of... and you know why? It's because they know the dirty shit that they do behind the scenes. This is someone who is not living this is someone who doesn't practice what they preach. And you practice what you preach, despite what other people or this person or these group of people may be saying about you. You legitimately practice what you preach. And it pisses them off. Gemini. You can see both the student and the teacher. Oh, I'm sorry. You can be both the student and the teacher, the seeker and the guide, the speaker and the listener. Embrace your duality. You don't have to choose. Exactly. So like I was just saying, accountability. You're able to see both sides of an argument. You can see their point of view and you can hold your point of view at the same time. That gives you empathy, that gives you compassion, that gives you the ability to give grace, right? So like you can see, okay, well, this person is wounded and they're coming out of ego. 40 minutes on the clock, but you know, that's not an excuse to continue to like snap and like, you know, descend into madness on people. You know, um, me and my best friend, we're getting into it over something that's so fucking stupid, and in the midst of this argument, you know, we get back to the house and like I'm like, you know what, I was upset because of, you know, whatever, and it's like, well, you know, I can cut people out of my life just like that, and it's not that, you know what I mean, like da 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 da. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, that's a lot. Like we get into one argument about something so fucking dumb, so fucking stupid. And, you know, it's like I go from like being your best friend to like you're threatening to like write me off. That's abusive. Like that's basically sending the message of like, if you say anything I don't like, then I'm just gonna like not be your friend anymore. And we've been like best friends. I'm not even gonna say we're best friends anymore. We've been like really good friends for like really, I was in your fucking wedding for like almost 15 years. And one little argument, and it wasn't even like I was like saying anything rude or anything like super crazy. I was telling the truth, and you were saying shit too. It was really so dumb. It was about how you literally asked us to like share like, you know, a positive story that happened to us, but then you just kept going on this rant about how you were having a terrible week, which is the opposite of what you asked us to do. And I was like, hey, you know, can someone else talk? Because you've been talking for like 22 minutes and no one else has had like got a chance to say anything. I'm sorry that you all asked me to go first, and like I just did, and it's like, whoa, like what did that come from? Like, and I'm just like, look, I'm sick of this. Like you're not gonna do that with me. Like I'll sit here and I watch you do that shit with everybody else, and maybe that's the problem. You sit here and you pick fights. You get one little critique, one little clap back. All of a sudden, it's victim mode like times 10, and like everyone's attacking you, everyone's against you, everyone hates you. Like I said like the worst things possible to you, even though you literally threatened to like not be my friend anymore. Like we're in fucking elementary school. Like we're in our fucking mid-30s, and this is like this is so fucking stupid. Like this is so fucking beneath me to even like bring this shit up. Like that's how I fucking feel. Like in this moment, like that's how I fucking felt in that moment, and in this moment still. Like I'm still having this conversation about some shit that happened. Like so stupid. But you know, even with all that being said, I still have to be the bigger person all the fucking time. And you know what? Maybe you tired of being the bigger person all the time. Maybe you tired of always having to clean up everyone's dirty work. You're tired of having to clean up everyone's mess. And you don't deserve that. You deserve to be happy. You deserve peace. You deserve your own tranquility. You deserve people to pour back into you as much as you pour into them. You deserve people who fucking see your point of view without being prompted. You deserve people who are going to show up for you unconditionally. You know, hey, if you know you say something about their behavior, the behavior patterns, they're not going to like try to, you know, threaten to like abandon you. So yeah, you need better friends, and they're on their way, because this Two of Cups with this Queen of Wands and this Knight of Pentacles, once you shift your vibrational energy towards what you want instead of like all this bullshit I'm just talking about, you're gonna find that none of that shit even fucking matters. All of that shit was just a stepping stone to get you to the next level. And hopefully, you know, God willing, universe willing, these people wake up to and they see the fucking what they're doing. You know? But don't hang around and wait for people to catch up to you, because you're just slowing yourself down. Okay? Alright guys, I love you. This was a good message. Hit up that like button, please. Let's get these videos out here. Subscribe to the channel if you are really loving what you're hearing and you want to get some additional like one-on-one. Go to the description box, click on the Google link, and it'll take you to my booking site. You can book a personal. We can do one-on-ones, baby. Yeah, memberships are going up. Not in price, but like the numbers and stuff. Like, kind of get my membership ups. Exclusive videos, coaching, all that good shit that I want to start doing. I've started doing some of it now. I got a couple of videos that I'm making and thinking of. And yeah, so let's build this channel, guys. Like, I am ready to grow. I am so in that restless energy myself when it comes to it, to be honest with you. Like, I really am feeling like this tug of, come on, let's get this party started. But I'm very appreciative of where I am, of the people here. Gemini, you guys have been an amazing group to read for. I really, like, you guys have been like, you guys got me to the fucking threshold. So thank you guys so much for that. I really do appreciate it. And as always, I love you guys. Drink water, be safe, and peace.